Good evening.
How's your day been?
Good.
Good. Okay, let's not see the first screen at all. Okay, so following the response that we're having from people after the first production on the coconut oil that we had on our platform, we had questions, people that were genuinely interested, concerned, and things they wanted to know. And one of such is, when will the factory begin full production?
Okay. The commissioning signified the end of construction of that factory and its official opening. Official opening meant that the activities will soon commence, but before the full operations of that factory begins, beyond the physical infrastructure, there are regulatory, state, federal, and international approvals and certifications that need to be on ground, which are very important for quality assurance and exports to ensure that that factory keeps off running and running smooth. So that process is ongoing now, and sometimes those things take a while to accomplish. So when those things are completed, then the factory will be in full operation.
Is there a way you can put a time and date to a probable date for this to happen, for the full production to happen?
Well, we can't peg time to it because the approval is subject to someone else's. It's not in your hands completely. It's subject to someone else's recommendations. When you talk about state, federal, and international approvals, you may have control over the one within your jurisdiction, state and federal, but the international, it takes a while for those things to come out, and then you'll have to wait for when the final approvals are given, because as a factory and what is going to be traded there is something that will be consumed or used topically, so we have to be sure that everything there is properly certified so that we're sure of what goes out to the public.
Okay, another point of concern was on the ownership of the factory. If it is 100% owned by Akwa Ibom State, by Akwa Ibom people,
Yes.
or not. So let's talk about that.
It's 100% owned by Akwa Ibom State. That factory was built for Akwa Ibomites, who are the stakeholders, those community, the people that will work there eventually, and all Akwa Ibomites.
Are you saying that if citizens want to hold shares, they can?
Well, every journey begins with a step. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. Since we're currently doing the certifications, when we're done and then the management infrastructure is put in place, then every other thing will follow after it. So we'll just take it one step at a time.
Okay. So is this business online yet? Is there a website, and how can somebody make contact if somebody wants to know about it, maybe get to do business with it?
Okay, I would say yes. When that factory was commissioned, there was a website address at the back of the program, but that's not yet made public because there are things that need to be put in place before. Because once you make it public, people will start going on to say, okay, what can I do? What's there for me? Get information about the place and everything that's happening. They to be made public shortly.
So there's a website?
Yes.
And it's not made public just yet?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, so how can somebody make contacts right now? Because, there are times when things actually happen in government,
Yes.
and regular people, citizens, would want to be part of them. But when they become open to the public to know, it's then too late. So is there a way somebody can make contact with the factory?
Okay, currently, that will give a contact address of someone from the Ministry of Agriculture. So if anybody wants to make inquiries, the person will be on the ground to give answers.
Okay, so when production eventually begins, how would we be able to get the products? Maybe for domestic use or for commercial use? I mean, I could want to begin to sell coconut oil. I mean, it's a valuable product.
So really?
Yes, of course.
Okay, then we are in business.
Oh, we are already. Amazing.
Yeah, they're in business. So when the time, like I said, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. People will, primarily the oil from that factory will be for exports, but of course we'll have some, I believe that there will be some arrangement for local consumption.
When we talked last time, we mentioned the fact that people should go planting coconuts,
Yes,
right?
yes, very well.
And so, if someone, I mean, I've had people ask how they can supply coconuts to the factory. How can that be done?
Well, when there'll be a process of selection of vendors for supply of coconut to that factory when the operations begin in full, and then, like we've always encouraged people to grow coconuts, whatever size of land you have available. Beyond the fact that it's a tree crop, it will last for years, and then it's an economic tree, and then we have that factory to offtake from you, so you've not lack where to sell off what you have. But the vendors, when the process of selection is done, because we have coconuts all around Nigeria.
Will this selection be fair, open and free for people? I mean,
Of course, 300,000 nuts in a shift. So many people will have opportunities to supply coconuts to the factory. So they shouldn't even bother with that. They should just keep their coconuts.
okay.
They should just have contacts where they're going to go around gathering them, and then when the time comes, everybody.
So I'd like you to make that call directly to people. Imagine that you are talking to the plurality of our people now.
Yes.
So make the call for them to just plant and get ready that when the time is nigh, they will be contacted to receive.
I encourage everyone, that coconut factory is wealth sitting in Akwa Ibom State, and like His Excellency the Governor Dom Emmanuel says, it's important that every Akwa Ibomite is a part of this. Grow coconuts, even if you don't have so much land, grow it. And we encourage people. That's why you see us try to reach out to so many people with the hybrid coconut varieties. So grow coconuts any chance you get, and then when you get the opportunity to be a part of supplying raw materials to that factory, you'll be happy that you're part of it.
Thank you. You just mentioned supplying hybrid coconuts to the public. Is that currently going on?
Of course, the Ministry of Agriculture, through the magnanimity of His Excellency, we support schools, we support individuals, sometimes cooperative groups with those hybrid coconut varieties.
How can somebody benefit from that?
That's why we say whatever you're doing that is agri related, we have a database in the ministry. You come, let us know what you're doing. So when we have inputs beyond coconuts, we share so many inputs. We share cocoa, we share oil palm, cassava cuttings, agrochemicals, all sorts of stuff from time to time. So if we have your data, we always reach out to you.
How can somebody give your data, please?
Yes, you come to the Ministry of Agriculture, and then we have a department called the Department for Planning, Research and Statistics. So you leave your data with them. And anytime we have inputs that for you, what kind of agricultural practice you are doing, we'll contact you.
Okay, so the maintenance culture for the coconut factory now.
Okay.
We walked around, we saw how beautiful the facility is. So of course we want to ensure that that is sustained.
Yes.
What